In this video, we're going to show you how to integrate an existing Rollbar project with Webex Teams. Before we continue any further, let's make sure we level set and set a few assumptions before we begin. Number one, we're assuming you have an existing Rollbar project that's actually received some errors, and two, that you have an existing Webex Teams account that's been integrated with Rollbar. So if we jump over here to the Rollbar GUI, you can see here we have a brand new project that we set up for the sake of this demo, and we've received some recent error messages. So we're going to go ahead and click on Settings to enable Webex Teams. We're going to click on our particular project. Under Integrations, we're going to select Notifications. Okay, and now we're going to go ahead and find Webex Teams. So let's do that. We're going to go ahead and click on Webex Teams. We're going to go here. If you notice, I've already have an access token set up. If you're doing this for the first time, you won't see this screen. It'll just walk you through the prompts on how you need to integrate both accounts together, but it's pretty self-explanatory and should take under a minute to complete. Let's go ahead and click on Enable Webex Teams Integration. So once you've got the account linked, you're going to go ahead and do this. And let's go ahead and send a test notification. So if we go to Webex Teams and go to the dashboard, we can see that we sent a quick notification on how we're doing. And if we go to demo here, we can see here that we got a notification from Rollbar. That's great. That's a great indication that the integration is working. So we go back over here, and if you notice here, we're scrolling down. These are our out-of-the-box rules for this built-in integration with Webex Teams. Different integrations are going to have different rules depending on the other application that we're integrating with, but I just wanted to briefly mention, let's go ahead and edit one of these. So this is when an item is reactivated, we're going to post a message to Webex Teams, okay? I could change this and say I'm only interested in errors that come into Rollbar that are critical, and maybe I want to filter on a particular environment or a method or context. So I can get as granular as I want. The point of this is that you can go in and edit these rules so that you're only going to generate items in Webex Teams that are important to your team. Okay, so we're going to cancel that. So we can see here we have an item that's reactivated that's greater than or equal to level message severity of error. We're going to generate a message in Webex Teams, or if we reopen an item. So if we go in here and let's go and resolve both of these particular items. And now let's go back to our application and generate a couple more messages. I'm going to generate some other errors. And if we go back here, we can see these items showed up. So if we go in here to Webex Teams, we can see now that the item that's been reactivated and the item that's been resolved, it's going to actually generate a message here in Webex Teams. So what I can do here is I can click on this link. This is going to bring me back to the item in Rollbar. Okay. The other thing you might ask is, well, why would I want to integrate with Webex Teams? You know, what are the benefits? Well, as you can see here behind the scenes, depending on how you have the criteria set up, whether it's a reactivated item or a new item or a deployed item, depending on your criteria, it'll generate a message in Webex Teams, and then the team that's monitoring that application that's in Webex Teams can basically take action or do what they need to do regarding a specific error that was generated in Rollbar that was sent to Webex Teams. So at the end of the day, it really helps with time. So these tools integrated, especially if you have your platform team or your development team using Rollbar, you can easily integrate that with Webex Teams very seamlessly, as you saw here. So hopefully this gave you an overview of how the integration between Webex Teams and Rollbar works. Feel free to reach out to our website or contact us if you have additional questions.